Kellen, hi. I'm wondering how, with games being canceled and substitute opponents, how unsettling is all of that? It's so different from the normal.
Um, I think it's part of, uh, what could have potentially happened this season. You're seeing it all over professional sports, and with the holiday season coming up, I think some of us had an expectation that there was a chance that this could happen to us. But nonetheless, we've got a worthy opponent and a very good team we're about to play tomorrow. So we're just grateful we're able to replace that game and still have a game to play before we go home.
John Clay will go to you, and then Kyle Tucker.
Kellen, you had 18 points in North Carolina, 5 of 7, I think, from three. What was the difference in that game, or are you just feeling more comfortable in your role with this team?
Definitely a little more comfortable. I think, we changed up our play style a little bit, got to more dribble drive motion. The ball popped around more. It seemed like more guys were, involved in every play, and that led to good looks for me. And it's my job on this team to take advantage of those and make shots. So,
Kyle Tucker, go ahead.
Cal noted when he first got on that everybody on the team went ahead and got boosters, that not everybody necessarily wanted to get them, but that guys did it for each other and also for their families. I just wondered if you could speak to that a little bit and what some of the thought process was on the team and just how that all kind of unfolded.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking out for each other at the end of the day, for our health or safety and those that we can come into contact with. And as I mentioned before, there's, it's been evident that COVID is rising again, with different variants and whatnot. So, I think it was the best move for us to, to get that booster and to, do our best to mitigate, the spread of the virus.
John Wong will go to you.
Hey, Kellen, you went from 0 rebounds to 6 rebounds. What was the difference, and where do you see your role in terms of crashing the glass?
There was obviously a bit of an effort to try to get in there and stick my nose in. Part of it was balls came to me. The last couple of games, the guy I've been guarding hasn't been crashing the glass as much. I thought that was something that became relatively consistent with our opponents before. A lot of the starting three guys were crashing, so I'd box my guy out, and the rest of our team is plenty capable of getting the rebounds. With the last couple of games, it's been easier for me to just go in there and put myself in good position.
Jerry, back to you.
Kellen, as you know, Louisville is not just another game, a big rival kind of situation. Ty mentioned that last week. What kind of a challenge was it to kind of reorient, you know what I mean, to Western's a quality program, but they're not Louisville?
I think the hype around the game, changed a bit. Just, Kentucky Louisville's like a Duke Carolina or Celtics Lakers type of rivalry. But ultimately we're here to play games, and we look forward to playing good opponents. And I mean, Western just beat Louisville this past weekend. So we're not taking this game for granted, or we'll be just as ready to play against Western as we would have been to play Louisville. And we're excited for the challenge. They're gonna mix up defenses, play some zone. They've got the tallest guy in the country. It will be a test for us, and I'd like to see how we do.
Hey, Kellen, if I can ask a follow-up, the guy you mentioned, 7'5", how how does that play on your mind to be going up against a guy that tall and leading the nation in blocks?
Obviously, it's not something you're accustomed to, in most opponents, but we'll probably try to bring him away from the basket, get into his legs, make him move a bit. If we play into his hands, then he'll have an advantage. But I'm sure we'll have a good game plan, a good way to try to exploit that.
John Wong, back to you.
Kellen, we just got the lecture from Coach Cal about the difference between a ball mover and a ball stopper. This improved passing that we saw in the North Carolina game, how important is that to your game and being able to get your game off the snide?
I think it's imperative for our whole team. The more the ball moves around the perimeter, the more we can get to a second and third drive. The better shots we're gonna end up getting. It keeps guys engaged, keeps all five guys in the court involved. As you saw from our performance Saturday, we played the best that way. So it's something we're gonna look to continue to do.
Last call for questions for Kellen.